Hello and welcome to another quick look. Me, Game06 of another furry visual novel. This one, if I can just put myself away for a hot second, Help Me Date Your Dad. And game about, as I'm reading the synopsis, on this day, I find myself returning to a place with many memories, both good and bad. There is an old house, and there, in that old house, is someone very important to me. Someone who has sacrificed so much for my happiness. Now, it's my turn to return their kindness, to save them. Wait for me. I was kind of thinking this before as, you're asking your friends to, have you be with his dad. Though maybe it could be another thing where you're asking somebody that's younger than you to help you help date their dad. Or something like that. I don't know. This game is supposedly short, like 30 to 40 minutes, so, I like short. Ooh. Anyways, if you want to play this game, it's available free on itch.io, but it doesn't seem like they have an Patreon page, and it was at least talked about 39 days ago at Developer Log. Also, if you want me to do a quick look of any other game, then tell me, and I'll give it a point which will pop higher on the user's choice list. Or put it in the quick look thingy. And if you want me to do a let's play of this, then tell me. And if there's more content, then, I don't know, we'll come back to it quicker-ish. So, reset face. And begin. Dot dot dot. Pretty, ain't it? A sight like this, you want to watch it forever, right? But you can't. Because no matter how much you wish it for it not to, eventually the snow will stop. And that, it hurts. It makes me wonder why. Why can't it just stay like this forever? Why do things have to change? Why do I feel so lonely? Looking at something that should make me feel so happy. It do be like that. But isn't that the reason? Because I drag my feet. Because I hold on. Because I try with all my might to refuse. I let my fears and anxieties cloud my sight. And because of that, I can't let myself see what lies ahead. What else there is to see out there. Who knows? Maybe it'll be painful. Maybe I'll regret my choices. But I know that eventually it will snow again. Writing is done by these people, and protagonist and characters done by those people. On this day, I find myself returned to a place with many memories, both good and bad. There, in that old house, is someone very important to me, someone that sacrificed so much for my happiness. Now it's my turn to return their kindness, to save them. Wait for me. Name the daughter. Leave empty for random name. Is the name Ursula okay? Yeah. Also a bit on the nose? If we're bears? HMDYD. Oh, was created. Help me date your dad. Infancy. Content warning. Swearing, slurs, mention of death, discussion of homophobia and xenophobia. Damn aliens. I'm thinking 40k. But anyways, this novel contains optional NSFW scenes. Yeah. Ooh, let me do that. Cause it at least helps me. Where was it? Can we scroll back? To skip them, select the choices marked safe work. Okay. Day 1. Moaning. And an old car. I bought a new car recently and it looks fancy. Though man, do your homework before getting a new car, it is a pain in the butt, and they will try to, like, it's just pain. Like, make you pay the most. Anyways, the deserted road ahead winds left and right, potholes jostling the vintage car as it speeds through. I give the seatbelt a quick tug, checking to see if it's buckled in properly. Only semi-confident my trip wouldn't be interrupted via an impromptu catapulting, I busy my stress-ridden hands with adjusting and pulling on the hem of my shirt. Gazing out the passenger side window, a dreary winter scene flies past, littered with ancient pine trees and the occasional patches of unseeded farmland. Had it been a warmer season, the view of lush nature might have helped lift my spirits a tad, but as it stands, it only worked to deepen the already fast pit in my stomach. Oh, so did I reset my face? There we go. I really don't like this. The man sitting in the driver's seat tensed up, hearing my voice for the first time since I got in the car. You don't like this? He glanced my way, forcing a toothy grin. What? You want me to turn on some music? Or are you complaining about my driving? 'Cause, if you are, I can pull over real quick and let you walk the rest of the way. Har har. Raspiness clings to my voice. I don't bother clearing it. Always the comedian, aren't you, Menzie? His shrugs. His shrugs? His hand moving to adjust the radio knob. Let's see what we got. Shitty thing, can't get any signal around here. Come on, you hunk of junk. He struggles with a few more minutes before deciding against it. Anyways, what were you saying? Come on, you know what I'm talking about. This whole... I waved my arm in the air, unable to put things into words. Wait, weren't we the daughter? Ursul's the daughter. Situation. He grew quiet this time, his lone eye focused on the road ahead. Yeah, it ain't great. Glad you decided to come back for a bit. It's... happy to see ya. He'll be happy to see ya. Right. But after that, what? What could I possibly do to help? Date his dad? I don't know. Is there anything I can do? The conversation dies down, neither of us knowing what else to say. My hands fiddle with my phone case, peeling it off and snapping it back on. With its battery dead, I had no easy way to distract myself from my thoughts. Dad, what do I say to you? What can I say that I haven't already? For the record, I'm happy to see you too, Ursul. His voice pulls me out of my thoughts, turned my head to look at him. 1, 2, Figured it sounded like I wasn't happy about you earlier. Didn't mean it like that. I missed you too. We both have. Menzie. Of course he misses me. When was the last time I called him? Texted him? Reached out in any way at all? I'm back now. Yeah, for a week, at most. And after that... The electronic beeping, followed by the voice of the navigation sounding instructions. In a quarter of a mile, turn right onto Shirkwood Road. So, how much time until we arrive? Well, this isn't one of those fancy sat-navs that tells you that, but... His hand fiddled with the turn signal, a deep and thoughtful rumble coming from his throat. I reckon we'll hit town in 15 minutes. Another 5 to get you home. Not accounting for traffic, of course. Oh shit, only 20 minutes? I still haven't figured out what to say to him. My guts are twisting around even more violently than before. Breathe, Ursul. Breathe. Wanna give it another shot? He reached for the radio again, struggling to twist the knob with his large paw. I tell ya, love this car, but they really didn't make it for guys my size. Oh, I think I... Booyah, got some jams going. Menzie drums his fingers against the wheel, swaying gently with the music. As if I sensed my unease, or as if sensing my unease, he launched into small talk. How's the missus? Wedding plan going well? Oh, she's doing great. Her family won a trip to Cape Verde, so they're spending a week there. Heh, so she left here to freeze with us? Huh. Left you here. I was planning on going with, but decided to cancel my ticket when Dad called. Don't tell him I did that, by the way. He gives me an exaggerated wink, accompanied but with a peace sign. As for the wedding, we're taking our time on it. Still, lots of things to decide on. She wants us to hold a ceremony at the mountain resort. Showed me a bunch of pictures. Really gorgeous place. Ace, does it snow there? I'm not sure who says ace, but anyways, I still have my skiing kit from my wild days. I can teach you two how to shred. Huh. I'd rather not eat shit before my wedding. Alice would kill me. So, maybe after the ceremony. That's the spirit, Ursel. Always grabbing life by the horns. You remind me a lot of your dad, back when he was an ankle biter. He looks over for a moment, a giant, toothy grin beaming at me. I turn it with one of my own. Seriously though, proud of you. It's cool as hell that you're open about being a dyke. Shit, I meant... He gawked, his cheer suddenly replaced by panic. I wave it off with a chuckle. You're alright. It's not a term that bothers me. Laughing awkwardly, he clears his throat before speaking again. Good to hear. The, lesbians I knew from university all called each other that. But that was in the mid-80s? It's hard to keep track of these things when you get to my age. Still though, they ain't an excuse. I mean, the 80s was just yesterday, right? What do you mean it was 40 years ago? Probably for the best. The word. I forgot that word. Don't want to come off as cunt. Don't get me wrong. Some of us still use the term, but yeah. Best to stick to lesbian when you're not sure. Alice would probably skin and make you into a rug if she heard you call anyone that. Both of us couldn't hold back giggles at that mental image. Got it. Wouldn't want to say anything that'd get me kicked off your wedding list. As he spoke, Menzie made another turn. Sideboard reading Hazefield Grove, passing us by. I let out a long breath. Not too long now. Menzie glances my way, patting my shoulder with his large paw. Hey, Ursel. You feeling nervous? Are you feeling nervous? A little bit, I guess. It's not the first time this has happened, but I wasn't expecting them to get divorced over it. Interesting. I get it. I've had a hard time figuring that out, what to say as well. Hell of a best friend I am, huh? Can't even comfort him when he needs it. His head falls slightly, a guilty expression on his face. If you ask me, best thing we can do is treat him like nothing's different. You think so? He probably doesn't want us worrying about him. That's how he is. So, you know, try to act like always. Should keep his mind off things, hopefully. Yeah, that makes sense. Despite his words, I couldn't help but feel like I need to do something. If I didn't, would things not turn out like always? Yeah, it's kind of hard doing psychologically stuff because some people will be like, okay, someone's struggling. The best thing to do is nothing at all. Keep going the path and they'll come at it. It's like, Before I knew it, we made our way into town. Despite the stress of nearing our destination, the view of the quiet little village town brought back pleasant memories of childhood. Man, nothing changes around here, does it? Sure doesn't. Just how sleepy little towns go, I guess. Makes me time feel all weird. One day, you're a strapping young lad, ready to take off to the world. The next, well, it doesn't matter. You're still young, though. Gotta enjoy it for us raisins. Come on, you're overdoing it. You haven't even hit your 50s. You're right, I suppose. But when you get to my age, you start to reminisce on the past, on the little things you could have done, or should have done. I know that feeling, and I'm in my mid-30s. Just ignore me. I'm flipping my gums more than usual. Alright, if you say so. Menzie, he's smiling, but it doesn't reach his eyes. It's the same smile that he carries when he's trying to hide his feelings. I've seen enough to recognize it. Regret. But he's still, or so still. Even after all this time. What am I gonna do with you, Menzie? We're almost home. You recognize this road, right? I used to walk you to school through there, or through here. Yeah, that's that candy shop around the street. I remember making myself cry on purpose whenever you'd pick me up in front of the afternoon, or in the afternoons. You always felt so bad that you'd take me there for a treat. I had almost forgotten that. You really were a spoiled child, you know? Yes, that's mostly on me. Still, I wouldn't trade it for the world. Watching you grow up has been one of the most rewarding parts of my life. He's smiling for real this time, yet I couldn't bear to look at him. I don't understand. I've never understood. I feel so horrible whenever somebody shows they care about me. Even with Alice, sometimes it feels like... Never mind. It doesn't matter. Oh, we're almost there. Are you going to be staying? Nah, you and Hazy need some alone time. I'll just drop you off and head out. I've got to teach a class later this evening. Last one for the year. Promise the little brats we'll be making wooden Christmas tree ornaments. Gotta make sure they don't hack off a finger with a handsaws. Just as he says that, he makes another turn. There, near the end of the street, was a house I grew up in, looking the same as it ever did. Did I expect something different? I suppose not. Things don't change as easily as you wish them to. Home sweet home. Day 1, afternoon. As you approach the front yard, Menzie switches gears, bringing the car to a crawl. With a turn of the wheel, he climbed onto the doorway? Driveway. I can read. Parking his car next to Dad's. Well, I'll send you the bill by mail. He chuckled to himself as he switched off the ignition, making the car go quiet. This is an interesting thing. The idea that it's like, hey, you are the main character, but the relationship's about someone else, I guess. Though, isn't that weird being like, I'm gonna have my dad get some. Man, my back is acting up. Can't say I'm used to driving this far. What happened to your car anyways? Did you sell it or something? Had to. The economic recession in Nova City's pretty bad. Alice and I really struggle to stay afloat. Been taking the bus to work. Works out cheaper. Things are looking up for now though, so I might look into getting a car again. Well, if you ever need a ride in the meantime, give me a call. He reached out his hand to ruffle my hair, despite my protests. Come on, kid. Go see your dad. I'll bring your bags to the door in the meantime. Right. Yeah. Okay. We both got out of the car, our fur only somewhat protecting us from the crispy chill in the air. Sweet Urson. Don't tell me. It's gonna get colder than this. Menzie laughed, getting out of the driver's side door. Ursel, sweetheart. It hasn't even snowed yet. Newscast says they're predicting it to be the coldest winter ever for our area. I just feel like it's weird. It's like, it's going to be the coldest winter ever. And it's like, I can understand the hottest summer ever or the unusually warm, winter, but not the coldest. Something about strong winds coming from the mountain range, I think. He walks around the car, standing in front of me as we speak. Anyways, get your ass over here. Hugs and drugs. Before I could react, Menzies crouched down and spread his arms open. In seconds, I was crushed by a huge bear hug. By a bear as well. My body being rocked left and right violently. Menzie, you're gonna break my back. Gah, you'll live. You'll live. I fucking miss you, you dumb brat. With the final squeeze, he lets go, grunting as he pulled himself up. Upsy daisy. The old knees don't like that one. He chuckled, dusting himself off. Don't be a stranger, kid. Go on, get. Your dad's waiting for you. He pats my cheek before turning to the trunk of his car. Yeah, it'll be okay. With that thought, I stepped onto the patio, my shaking hand rested on the cold door handle. I opened the door. Hello? What's up with that, exposed thing right behind the couch here? Oh, this is the living room. Of course it is. It is, but it feels so different now. Empty. Barren. Mother had taken most of their decor and furniture in the divorce. Paintings, family photographs, houseplants. I guess that's the wind outside. I was hearing something. Even the incense she loved burning, the smell would permeate around the house, irritating my sinuses. Before I... So that was intentional. I used to consider them all so tacky, cluttered, stained. Hate them. Hate how disgusting they felt. How could she? She smiled at me, as if she didn't tear apart my life. Did she want to pretend to be a normal family? Look at us, perfect happy bears, in our perfect happy photographs. Just don't look too close. Don't check under the carpet. Don't open the closet doors. Plant your sickly sweet kiss on my forehead, and lie that'll be okay, like you always do. So is Mum a bitch? But now, without even that... It's so cold, and the air smells of nothing. I guess without that comforting lie, the room always did look like this, didn't it? Maybe it really was a facade, a false comfort, but what of it? There's a burning flame in my heart, one that won't die out, a sense of resilience, of pure stubbornness. With my own 2 hands, things will change. I'll make them change. I breathe out, letting my anxieties and uncertainty wash away, until all that is left is the warmth in my chest. Putting one foot in front of the other, I stride through the living room, into the kitchen. And there he is, gazing blankly through the backyard window, the smell of coffee from the cup in his hand filling the room. My confidence waves, if only slightly. All this time, worried. What would I say? What would I do? Even now, I don't know for sure, but seeing him, I realize everything will be okay. Dad, I'm home. He quickly turns around to look at me, almost spilling his coffee in the process. Carefully placing it on the table, He smiles. He looks exhausted. Wordlessly, he walks up to me, gently spreading out his arms. I wrap my arm around him, nuzzling my head into the crook of his neck. His fur feels matted and disheveled, but it doesn't bother me. Dad pulls me into a hug, engulfing my entire body into his. He rests his chin on the top of my head, laying out a content rumble. Ursel, Alfie Asson. I rumble a response into his fur, causing him to chuckle. His voice is quiet, reserved, even more so than before. We stay like this for a while, just holding on to each other. I can't remember the last time I hugged him like this. Maybe back when I was a child? Eventually, though, I pull back, not before squeezing tightly one last time. How have you been? Everything. Thing will be okay. Don't worry. I see. I scan around the kitchen, finding it's just as pick clean as the living room. There's a thin layer of dust on the kitchen worktops. He would always pride himself on his cooking. I guess he hasn't felt up to it lately. Have you been eating properly? He smiles at me, but doesn't respond further. So he hasn't. I open my mouth to say something, but decide not to. There's no point in arguing over this. I'll just have to do the cooking for him. How was the drive? It was okay. Menzies taking out my luggage from the car. Did you overpack again? Walking over to the coffee machine, I place a new capsule in and flip the switch on. It froths to life, bringing a drip of fresh coffee into the espresso cup. He'll be fine. It's just the essentials. That's so? Well, we'll make sure to thank him before he leaves. I nod, taking the filled cup from the machine. I bring it up to my nose, breathing in its aroma. Dad walks over to sit on the kitchen table, gesturing me to join him. Pulling out the chair next to him, we sit down shoulder to shoulder, unsure of what to say, aside to ask what's on my mind. So, how's everything with the divorce? He takes a sip from his mug, his eyes looking down at the swirling beverage, seemingly looking for an answer in his black abyss. All the paperwork has been signed. As far as the law is concerned, we're now divorced. As for your mother, I haven't heard from her since. I place my hand on his shoulder, rubbing it reassuringly. Dad, I'm here for you, okay? We'll get through this together, I promise. Thank you, sweetheart. There's a small smile on my lips, barely there. I'm sorry, I troubled you with this, Ursel. I'm sure you're busy with work, not to mention planning your wedding. Hey now, none of that. I can't just leave you on your own, can I? I appreciate it. I'm glad that you're here. You say that, but why do you look so ashamed? I really want you to be happy. Dad, I'm gonna go check on Menzie, okay? Oh, alright, sweetheart. Give him my thanks for driving you here. Giving his shoulder a final pat, I stand up from the chair. It feels wrong. Everything feels wrong. I step outside. I spot my bags propped up against the front door, Menzie not too far from them. A wispy smoke trails off from the cigarette between his lips. He extinguishes it as he spots me. Hey kid, how's the pumps doing? My nose scrunches up automatically at the smell of nicotine on his breath. As well as he could be. More importantly, I thought you quit. He grins to himself, nodding. I've been on and off lately. Teaching's a stressful job, even as a part-timer. I guess that's understandable, but Is that really all he's worried about? I wonder. Anyway, thanks for driving me. Dad also thanks too. Eh, no need for it. Just glad I could help. He takes his phone out of his jacket, lifting it up to check the time. Well, I've just got enough time to sneak a quick nap before class. See you around, kiddo. As I watch Menzie step down the patio stairs, a feeling I can't describe racks through my body. A feeling of something being wrong. It's worsening. Like a spike of anxiety. I have to stop him. I have to say something. But what? What is it that I want to say? My teeth sink into the inside of my cheek, threatening to draw blood. A deep, gnawing tension pushes me forward. Falling behind, I reach out and grab his wrist. He jumps, turning around to look at me. Whoa, kid. What's up? Did you forget something? Menzie. Yeah? It feels like both my body and my mind are on autopilot. My mouth moves before I even realize what I'm saying. You're in love with my dad, aren't you? Exclamation mark. Everything is dead quiet. The words sink in for both of us. Kid, what are you... My gaydar is very good. My fingers loosen until I finally let go of his arm. What am I even doing? Of course Menzie's in love with my dad. I've known that for almost my entire life. The way his gaze lingers, the sad smile on his face when he thinks no one's looking. I do want him to... do I want him to go out with my dad? Is that even something I can ask of him? I mean, there is a question of does dad feel, some sort of same way? Because we don't know what he's divorced over. No, it's not. This is wrong. Menzie, I'm sorry. Cat's out of the bag, huh? Next question mark? Yes, it's bound to happen. Kinda weird that you're the one who noticed. Or maybe it ain't weird at all. You've got a gaydar thingamajig. Kids aren't solved with that these days, I think. Huh? You're not mad? Why the hell would I be mad? You know how it feels holding on to your crush for so long? Fucking sucks. But, yeah, I'm in love with your old man. Trust, you're not gonna tattle on me. Of course I won't. He smiles down at me. He looks relieved, like years of worry had dropped from his shoulders. I thought about telling you. Figured with you being a lesbian, you'd understand. But at the same time, I figured it'd be all weird, hearing about someone else crushing on our dad like that. Well, to be honest, I think I've known that you're into my dad longer than I've known I've been a lesbian. Oh, his mouth is hanging open in shock. Guess I wasn't expecting to be found out so quickly, or guess he wasn't. You're pulling my tail, right? Was I that obvious? I shrugged my shoulders. For what it's worth, Dad's dense as a brick, so he definitely doesn't know. Has he? Man, of all the dumbasses to fall for. Should I have seen him while he was still a brat. He'd just grab my arm and lead me around. Full of energy, that one. There wasn't a kid more outgoing and extroverted than him. It's a little hard to believe, considering how he is now. Your mother... Never mind. He shook his head before looking at me. So, why ask? About me crushing on Hazzy. I now realize I need to do what I need to do to ensure my dad's happiness. It's now or never. Menzie, do you want to date my dad? For a moment, he seemed surprised at the question, but his surprise quickly took on a look of determination. I do. I want that too. I want Dad to be with someone that makes him happy, who loves him unconditionally. Menzie, let me help you. If you listen to me, then I really do believe you and Dad could end up together. You really think so? But does he even like men? Never got that feeling from him. Well, I don't have definite proof he does. I'm pretty sure he's bisexual. I'll have to bluff a little. I promised you, my father swings both ways. Swings. You're not the only one I've noticed things about. Seriously? I guess if you figured me out, then has he? Is there a chance? You know what? I'm fucking tired of crushing him all my life. If you think this'll work, then... Kiddo, I'm in your hands, so please. Help me date your dad. Late title card-ish. How late does a title card have to be a late title card? Oh boy, I guess I asked for it. Day 1, knit. Also, I know we're like a bit under thing, but I was just kind of featuring the first day and morning of day 2. Okay. The door of my childhood bedroom creaks open as I make my way inside. Well, a lot has happened today, didn't it? Menzie, what the hell is up with you? Just blurring out a request like that, and then driving away. Still, it's good, isn't it? It's what I wanted. I can't help but feel he'll try to go back to saying that. Not like I'd let him. If I can get him and Dad together, then maybe. When she eventually tries to come back? Enough of that. I can't spend my entire time worrying about it. Man, look at this place. Despite visiting for only a few months ago, the odd sensation of staying in my childhood bedroom, left untouched by time, dug into my gut. My eyes scanned across the posted walls and cluttered shelving. It was the little things that brought back the strongest memories. The dollhouse I used to play with as a little girl, that Dad and Menzie built for my birthday. The stuffed bear I won at that rigged carnival game, that Dad would joke looked like me. The scratched up MP3 player, that's music I'd use to drown out the sounds of his crying in the middle of the night. Man, this was a fucked up household. Maybe I should have a lie down. It's been a long day. I tossed my backpack against the bed frame. Also, seriously, gloss? Against the bed frame, rifling through it and taking out the essentials. Charging cable, check. Headphones, check. Deodorant, check. Now, where the hell did I put my meds? Maybe they're in the other bag? I've been so disorganized lately. Must be stressed from work. Just as I considered dumping out the contents on the bed, I spot the plastic bottle lodged in the corner. Pulling it out, I quickly go through the motions. Take 2 out, toss them back, swig of water. With a quick clearing of my throat, I haphazardly chuck them onto the bedside cabinet. Been taking them for so long, I don't even know if they help me anymore. Just make things fuzzy. That's life though. Abandon solutions until you die. The stream must be getting to me. I'm beginning to sound like an angsty teenager. Plugging in my phone into its charger, the screen turned on. Blinding light assaulted my eyes in an instant. Squinting, I quickly adjust the brightness to something less retina scorching. Having done that, I hesitated before unlocking it, taking a moment to admire the locked screen picture. Alyssa was smiling at the camera, her hand wrapped around my shoulders. Meanwhile, I was grinning awkwardly, my fist is tight in a tight thumbs up. We had taken it years ago, on our 3rd or 4th date. I remember begging her to take another one, but she liked it too much to delete it. I'm glad she didn't. With a sigh, My finger quickly swiped along the unlock screen, bringing up the home menu. The Wi-Fi indicator flashed for a moment before automatically connecting. It wasn't long before the phone began vibrating with notifications, most of them work emails. Rolling my eyes, I dismissed them without checking. Not in the mood for that. Not while I'm on vacation. That left only 2 notifications, text messages to be precise. One from Menzi, sent a few hours ago. Take care of your old man. Call if you need anything. Below that, a watermarked JPEG of a smiley doing finger guns. I smirk, scrolling up to read the previous text, all littered with smileys of similar nature. Backing out, I check the later text. A smirk turned to a dopey grin. Alice had sent, as per usual, an entire paragraph. Quickly skimming through it, she wishes me safe travels, reminds me to lock the apartment door, tells me about her trip, gushes about how much she loves me, and demands that I call her when I arrive. It wasn't like I need the reminder. We've been calling each other every day for the last week, since it was not nice to feel wanted. That clinginess of hers is one of the things that made me fall in love with her. Okay, that came out wrong. Still, just like me to fall heads over heels for the first woman who showed interest. I exhaled a breath I didn't realize I was holding. Feeling my mood drop all of a sudden. Another night of sleeping in an empty bed. Honestly, it's been getting me more than I expected. Dragging one of the pillows over, I wrap my arms around it, squeezing the metaphorical life out of it. It's not comparable to the real hug, of course, but does make me feel a little better. The last thing I wanted is for her to notice my sour mood over the phone. I'd feel even worse making her worry while she's on vacation. Tossing the pillow back against the headboard, I press the call button on her contact. It rings for a fraction of a second before the call goes through. Alice's sweet voice greets me. Panda Bear. Hey, Honey Bear. Hey, Panda Bear. Oh, are we supposed to be a honey bear? How's the lovely Scout and all the land doing? I don't know. I'm speaking to her right now, so let me ask. Charmer. Did you get there safe? Yeah, I'm lying in bed right now. How's the resort treating you? It's so pretty here. The whole family is having a blast. Mom and Papa are sunbathing. My little cousins aren't being menaces. Uncle Terry is drunk at the bar. What more could you ask for? A gentle purr emanates from my chest, imagining the scene. Alice's family have always been on the wilder side, in contrast to mine. It's one of my favorite things about them, how open they are to just enjoying life. They are hosting an exotic dance class during the evening, and I had to try it. Check your phone later, I'll send you some pics. I look damn good in that frilly dress. Looking forward to it. Make sure to send a few without the dress as well, so I can compare. I wiggle my eyebrows up and down, laying it on thick. She laughs, promising to include a few if I behave myself. Anyways, enough about me. How's your dad doing? Oh, he's, doing okay? Honey Bear, that doesn't sound like he's doing okay. Yeah. Chewing my lip, I reply the best way I could put it. He's holding together for now. I guess I'm worried he's bottling up his feelings. Well, no. I know he's bottling up his feelings. It's my dad after all. Poor guy. Make sure to keep him company, okay? I'm sure he'll feel much better with you nearby. Or there. Anyways, that's the plan. Though, I might have also done something a bit drastic. Okay, oddly ominous. What happened? You remember Menzi, right? Your dad's best friend. Yeah, I met him last time we were visited together. So, what about him? Well, remember how I told you to watch how he behaves? Like, especially when Dad's around him? Oh, wait. You mean the thing about him being super obviously crushing on your dad? Hold on. Ursel, what did you do? Well, I might have kind of promised to help him ask my dad out. There's uncomfortable silence on the other side, to the point where I quickly checked to see if my connection had been interrupted. Finally, I hear Alice click her teeth, along with a long, exhausted sigh. Dear, I love you, but you give me a migraine sometimes. Look, I understand that you want your dad to be happy, but is this really a good idea? Your pops is in no emotional state to be dating anyone. Not to mention, what are the chances he's into men? Menzi's known him for longer than you've been alive. If he hasn't confessed yet, then isn't that because he knows it won't work? She was correct, of course. Despite my outward confidence, doubt had been gnawing on my mind since earlier today. Was it really a wise idea to make such a promise? It was too late to back down now. Or at least, that's what I've been telling myself. Panda Bear, I don't want you to get into everything tonight, but believe me when I say I'm doing this for my dad's own good. And for the second thing, I've had a feeling Dad might not be as straight as he seems. What? What makes you so sure? Well, last time we came over, I needed to borrow a laptop to send a quick work email. He must have forgotten to close the internet tabs since he had used it, but one of them was very interesting. I cringed a little, recalling the memory. Ew, girl, I don't want to know. That's his business. Oh please, you're the biggest gossip I know. Yeah, just spit it out. Wait, don't tell me it was gay porn. Not quite. He was into something called Uta? I didn't play the video, obviously, but from the title and the thumbnail, leaning in, I lowered my voice to a whisper. It was a threesome. There was the main guy getting a bit of both, if you get what I mean. Alice let out a groan. Geez, Ursel, too much info. And still, it's not definite proof. He could have just misclicked or gotten curious. Anyways, he's your dad, so do whatever you think is best. Just take it easy on him, okay? I know, I will. Despite my jokes, I'm being serious about this. Dad deserves to be happy with someone who will treat him right. Now, enough about that. I want to hear about your trip. Bet it beats this cold. Well, let's see. Hold on. Her voice becomes muffled, and she puts her phone down quickly. Rosa, stop trying to drown your brother. No, he doesn't like it. Alice and I continued chatting for another half an hour, eventually calling it quits when I began to zone out from sleepiness. Night-night, dear. Sweet dreams, and talk soon. We exchanged kisses over the call before hanging up. Tossing myself in bed, it wasn't long before sleep overtook me. Day 3. Morning. We can go on a little bit further since it says it won't be long. What? What the hell is that awful beeping? My hands fly around uselessly, as if I could somehow sweat the sound away, even though I let them drop down, squint my eyes open instead. It's bright, the sunlight pouring through the bedroom window. My back aches, already missing my mattress back home. Seriously though, what the hell was that sound? An alarm? Looking towards the bedside table, I spotted the culprit, a dusty clock in the shape of a cartoon character. Greetings, feline. My fingers mesh desperately at the spongy buttons until it finally goes quiet. Sweet Urson, was that my alarm from back in high school? Why was it turned on? It definitely wasn't ringing the last time I visited. Did Dad switch it on? I'll have to ask him about it earlier. For now, though, it's time to get up and face the day. Wiping the line of drool from the side of my face, I pull the fluffy sheets off my body and slide out of the bed. My back pops slightly as I stand up, a pleasant aroma catching my attention. Dad must be brewing coffee. The fresh cup is exactly what I need right now. I quickly brush my hair and fresh change clothes, and make my way out of the room and towards the kitchen. To my surprise, Dad wasn't the only one sitting at the kitchen table. I greet him before I turn to the other man. What are you doing here, Menzie? Morning, sleepyhead. You look like you could use a cuppa. Are these people English or British? Menzie chuckles to himself, pushing a steaming cup away and lifting it to my lips. With a content sigh, I savor the pleasant flavor. It's on the sweet side, just how I like it. It seems you forgot one of your bags in my car yesterday, so I figured I'd stop by to hand it over to you, in case it was important or something. Thanks. I swear, I double-checked them last night, but maybe I missed one. No, he needs a reason to come over. Ace, come on then. He gets up, nodding for me to follow. Back in a sec, Hazy. I followed him behind, taking small sips of my coffee along the way. We stepped out through the front entrance. A sudden, chilly wind pelted my body. Damn! It wasn't this cold yesterday. It's freezing out here. As I said that, something thick and fluffy was draped onto my shoulders. I recognized it instantly as my father's jacket. The distinct smell of his favorite cologne clinging to the fabric. Looking up, Menzie had already withdrawn his hands, an eyebrow raised in concern. Come on now, Ursel. Can't have you catching a cold. I'd get worried. Oh, sorry. I bite down my lip. There it was again, that uncomfortable feeling. I nodded, keeping my head down. For some reason, I just couldn't muster up the strength to look him in the eyes. Anyway, let's go grab my bag. Before I could even take a step, Menzie held up a hand, making me pause. I lied about that. You didn't forget anything. Huh? I just needed a moment alone, with you alone. Got to talk about yesterday. He brought his hand to his chin, scratching through the fur, with a casual expression. It seems I got a little overexcited yesterday. Said a few things I probably shouldn't have. And, while I appreciate getting a vent about my feelings, you both need to take a step back to see it for what it is. A silly idea that won't go anywhere. You get me? I roll my eyes. Of course this would happen. He's gone, completely gone, on the defensive. Menzie has a track record of doing this, getting swept up in the moment, then using his charm to get out of consequences. He's surprisingly successful at it, all thanks to his years of acting work. Well, he's not weaseling himself out of this one. Unfortunately for him, I've got a few tricks up my sleeves. Debate classes. Don't fail me now. I've got to be strategic if I want to convince him for real. So, I really didn't forget the bag. Heh, I knew I counted them correctly. I shrugged casually, putting my arms in my pockets of the coat. His casual smile faltered slightly. That's the part you're focusing on? Damn it, Ursel. Good, caught him off guard. Let's keep this momentum going. It's not a big deal, really. As I said before, your crush has been obvious to me since I was a little girl. He's scratching the back of his head anxiously. Did he really think he hit it well? Well, crush or not, it doesn't mean it has to be acted on. Anyway, that's not what I wanted to say. Look, just forget about our conversation yesterday, alright? Don't go doing something that upset your own man now. He is suffering enough without either of us trying to bother him with nonsense. Got it? He looked at me with a disarming smile, as if explaining something to a child. Must have forgotten what he talked about. Talked down to tick me off. Either way, I'm not laying off that easy. Let's try being a bit more assertive. No chance. Why the hell not? Ursel, just listen to... I interrupt him before he can continue, taking a step towards him confidently. How about you listen to me instead? Menzie looks taken aback, opened his mouth to retort. Thinking better of it, he lets out a dramatic sigh, crosses his arms, and gesturing for me to speak. Let's get to the point. What do you think Dad will do when Mother shows back up in his life? Huh? Do you think he'd tell her to leave, or he'd take her back? Menzi's face contorted somewhere between a frown and scowl, his nose scrunching up. Well, I cut him off. He'd forgive her. Again. That's the type of guy he is. Loyal and forgiving to a fault. Even to people who don't deserve it. He's gone quiet. Looks like I managed to bring down his guard. Maybe now? Menzi, I love my father. I'm not going to watch him be taken advantage of again. He needs someone by his side. Someone who won't break his heart in the way she did. Let me help you become that person for him. Ursel, you... Menzi sighs, slouching. I understand where you're coming from. I really do. But you can't just decide these things for people. It never ends well to force a person like that. If your father wants to be with her, if he's happy with her, then... What? He can't actually. My claws dig in the palms of my hands, threatening to draw blood. Is he actually being serious? Happy with her? Is this a joke? I cut him off with a curt reply, venom dripping from my tongue. Oh, grow a fucking backbone already, Menzi. Happy with her? She's a cheating bitch. Menzi wheezed, his mouth hanging open in shock. Ursel, you shouldn't talk about her like that. She's your mother. Maybe that was too aggressive, but he's completely dropped the Ludivac in his surprise. This is my opportunity. I can't back down now. So, that doesn't make what I said untrue. Look me in the eyes and tell me you don't hate her guts for how she's treated your best friend. She... Almost there. You're so quiet, Menzi. I suppose that means you're fine with it? He chokes, quick to deny it. No! Damn it! I can't fucking stand her. She ruined his life. How could I be fine with that? I nodded. A self-satisfied smirk was plastered on my face. He's getting riled up. Now's my chance. So, do you think my dad would be happy with her? Remember, she cheated on him 4 times now. Woof. No, I don't think that at all. I mean, how the hell do you cheat on someone so many times and still not be satisfied? Fucking asshole doesn't... What fucking asshole does that to someone they love? Menzi begins pacing back and forth, grumbling under his breath. It's rare to see him getting so worked up. It's a tiny bit intimidating, seeing a huge bear like him stomping around. Still though, it's Menzi. I've known this pushover all my life. This is my time to strike. Menzi. Menzi. Whoa, don't kick at me. What? You really think you can do a better job than her? What? Fucking obviously. I've been in love with that dumbass my entire life. No way I'd do something selfish like that to him. I think so too. That's why I'm coming to you for this. But I can't take it anymore, Menzi. I can't watch you tear my father apart over and over. Just try, okay? I promise he'll stop. Will stop if it doesn't work out. We stare each other down, neither of us uttering a word. Menzi deflates, years of anxiety and worry showing up on his face, before he quickly pulls himself together. Okay, I'll trust you on this, but this stops the moment I say it does. Got it? Of course. And one more thing. Yes? Ursel, I want you and Hazzy to have a talk. What is there to... Kid, please. I've watched you two grow further and further apart over the years, and while I don't know the specifics of why, I do know that you two care about each other. I mean, you said it yourself earlier, right? And, for sure, I know the old man loves you. There's not a thing you can do to change that. So please, it doesn't have to be right now, but I want you two to talk. Get whatever it is off your chests. Ursel, you're important to me. It wouldn't be right if I let you help me while abandoning you. Menzie, even now, he's thinking about me. Burning shame flows through my veins. Of course Menzie cares about me. Why can't I accept that? Okay, I'll do it. Kid. Huh? Menzie's hand's on my cheek. What is he? Oh. Was I crying? Sorry. Menzie's smiling at me. His hand moves to scratch behind my ear. Well, you want me to take you to the candy shop again? I chuckled, swung his hand away. Looks like you found me out. Phew, that was exhausting. It looks like we lost power again. Menzie can be a real hardhead sometimes. Glad I was there able to convince him. Wah, ha, 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 ha. What the? You suddenly burst out laughing? That was fucking fun. Damn, my heart's still racing. You really are something else, kid. Figured I'd pull the wool over your eyes, but no. Before I knew it, I was getting knocked left and right. Wham! Bam! Guess I really did underestimate you, Ursel. My bad. I'm not a little girl anymore. I can hold my own. Yeah, I see that now. Man, you really gave me hell. Guess I deserved it though. Well, I won't deny that. You can be a real pain in the ass sometimes. So, no hard feelings? You fucking kidding me? Like, I could ever be mad at you. You're a brat, but you're my brat. I'll be right back. I think you grabbed something from the car. Oh, sure. Menzie wasn't gone long, pulling something from the back seat. As I returned, I looked curiously at the black plastic bag in his hands. Here, take this. It's for your dad. Doing as I said, I peeked inside to find it full of Bangladeshi snacks and sweets. I figured it'd look weird to come back empty-handed, so I picked them up from the import store downtown. Just tell them they're from you. Well, I don't practically like taking credit. I'm too exhausted to argue. I'll just tell my dad. Menzie brought them later. Fine, let's go inside. I'll pop in to say goodbye real quick. Don't intrude. What? Come on, at least stay for breakfast. You don't have any plans, right? It's the holidays. You can't have that much going on. Well, no. But, you know, Dad was bummed out. You didn't stay after dropping me off yesterday. Aw, he's pouting. Guess he feels bad. Seriously? Fine. Guess I can stay a bit longer. Awesome. We'll head back. It's freezing out here. I'll whip up some breakfast. I don't know about you, but I am starving. My stomach's eating itself. Not gonna turn down some food. Menzie opened the front door for me, just for me to go through. My jaw hurts. I have been doing videos, but not visual novels for a long time. Oh, good. Right on cue. Yeah, this game being like, oh, it's only going to take 30 to 40 minutes. Lies. That filthy earth boy lies. But anyways, jokes aside. That's gonna be the end of this quick look, and also Let's Play in a way. Hyena. November Challenge. Would you like to view a few extras that I did make in the demo? I guess, but let me just click, let me remove, what is that? Oh, I might keep that there, but move it a bit, down. Yeah, game. I just wanted to, sorry, all of a sudden the thing is like, ooh, mentally do something else, but, I'm just gonna do this, boop, just, be sure, in case it's ooh. Oh, whip artwork? Okay. It's a thingy. 1988. But he wouldn't be in his 50s. Oh, but these are kids, right. And they were both boys. And very good friends. Yeah, I'm good. But that's not going to be the end of this quick look. Well, anyways, that's going to be the end of this Let's Play, so quick look. So please comment, because I like comments. Tell me what you like, dislike, tips, tricks, otherwise. If you like my YouTube and like to see it grow, then please like, subscribe, and check out the videos tab to grow. And please remember to ban your animals to help control the pet population. And if you want to play this game, it's available for free on itch.io. And I'm doing other stuff. And if you have any other quick looks you would want me to do, then tell me, and I'll put it in the quick look section so that, you know, stuff could happen. I do a quick look. Sorry, I'm actually pretty hungry right now because, like, we're gonna go to an all-you-can-eat fancy buffet, but, you know, stuff. But anyways, enough about that game. We're doing the random number generator of destiny. So let's put that in the quick look section, and it's number 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Jar hurts. It's purple. Sorry. It was loud for me too. There we go. Since November, a game about. As I'm doing this since. Oh, I spelled that wrong. Since November, a game about. What are you doing with your time on Earth? Are you happy? Stay inside. We have pizza. This November is a short, furry visual novel about 12k words, 12,000 words, and 4 endings. It's written to be conclusive, so there will be no additional chapter walls. Though, does that mean that the game is finished? It says like 9.1 up there. I guess I'll just click download now. No, it's still 9.1. But, yeah, I guess that's the thing. Oh, and it's also part of November? Huh. So, yeah, that's going to be the end. If you want to play this game, it's available free on itch.io, but it doesn't look like they have a Patreon. Anyways, until next time, another quick look. Me, Yale, stick to some other game, that being this one. So, thanks and see ya. Oh, one sec.